Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. You can follow me at _ the smart Alec on Twitter. Got a burp.
And I'm Brian. I'm the other host. You can follow me at Red Reviews on Twitter.
I took out the host part. So
don't worry about it. We'll keep going. All
right. Okay.
All right. The rest of the intro.
Yeah, if you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow on Comics Ground on Twitter, you can go to @OnComicsGround. And if you go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got out of the D&D game I did over Discord about, an hour ago.
Nice. How'd that go?
Oh, it was pretty fun. I almost died, but I pulled through, and then one of my other party members almost died. And then we ended the session till next time, so we'll see how that goes.
I've never played it's not that I've never gotten into it, it's just I've never played it before. Like, nobody invited me to play a game of D&D because everybody hated me. I'm kidding, but no, like I never had like a group of I never knew anybody in high school or middle school or anywhere who played D&D. So
yeah, I didn't really get into it until like right before I started college, and I just happened to find like a group of people who wanted to get into it too. So we were like, "Fuck it, why not?"
That's cool. Aren't the Russos making a Dungeons and Dragons? No, they're making a Magic the Gathering anime.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah. There is a Dungeons and Dragons movie coming, though. I don't know. It's somebody we know. I don't know. I don't remember who it is, but
let me Google. Okay, well, there are 3 Dungeons and Dragons movies.
There was a one with Jeremy Irons doing his very scenery chewing, thing.
That was the guy who did that. That's right.
Yeah. That movie is just. Then the guy who has like earworm things, and I don't know why that was a thing, but apparently it was. He had earworms and blue lipstick.
Huh.
That movie was weird.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it. I don't remember anything anymore. All right. Okay, so I found Dungeons and Dragons 2022. We got the directors are John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein.
Yeah, they're 2 of the writers for the movie we're actually watching.
Yeah, because I just looked up John Francis Daly's IMDb. First thing that popped up was this movie.
Yeah, so yeah, that's them. They were supposed to do The Flash until Warner Brothers was like, no, until Ezra Miller choke slammed them on the ground.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wonder what Ezra Miller's doing. What Ezra Miller's doing right now.
They're probably not putting that costume on again anytime soon.
Probably, but who knows? Anything can happen.
You're not wrong.
Because there's another situation that I could refer to, but I do not want to do that right now because I don't even know everything about that. So, yeah. I have been doing pretty good. I've finally gotten COVID money, so I indulged a tiny bit, and I finally got Animal Crossing and My Friend Pedro, which if you haven't played My Friend Pedro, it's a fucking amazing game. It's like John Wick meets The Matrix meets... Trying to think of something else I can't... Basically, it's like a side-scroller shooter, but it's like very, very fun. Yeah, it's really creative and very fun. Animal Crossing is Animal Crossing. I've needed this since March. I made the not the shitty, but the like wrong choice of getting Super Mario Maker 2, aka Anxiety, the video game.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that a couple episodes ago, I think.
Yeah. So the good thing is now Animal Crossing is just such a good anxiety reliever. Like anytime I play it, I feel like at peace. Like no no, it's like, you know, you remember Whack Your Boss?
Yes.
Remember when he just sits in the chair and he like puts in the earbuds and it's like no when, no want,
Yeah,
no worry.
the
When I play Animal Crossing.
it really is that.
Yeah. I have not gotten Isabel yet. I'm hoping I do soon. Yeah. There's no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a good time, and it came out at the best time it could have.
Yeah. I was gonna say something. I keep getting stumped because I'm just thinking about watching this movie right now.
Right.
Yeah. So, jumping off the cold tracks of Amazing Spider-Man 2, which killed the character for a good, 2-ish years.
Yeah. And it caused Sony to crawl back to Marvel and like, okay, we need help.
Yeah. So in 2015, Marvel was like, okay, how about we do this? And Sony was like, okay, sure. So they made like a 5-movie deal. They cast Tom Holland and hired John Watts to direct. And they had Spidey appear in Civil War, which everybody knew was going to happen.
Yeah. I think that they've said, or someone said at one point, they made like another cut of Civil War without any of his scenes, like Spider-Man, in case the deal didn't go through.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, because he has a very small role in that movie, so it'd be very easy to just get rid of him.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see that cut, though, considering like the role he plays in the airport battle.
Yeah, I imagine they probably had to make a completely different fight then, because he does do a lot in the fight.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a cut or a script that was without him.
It was probably a script.
Yeah, that makes sense then, because if it was a totally different cut, I'd be like, wow, I'd have to see that then. But yeah, no. None of you have lived until you were in the era of fake fan made Tom Holland Photoshop posters or fake Civil War trailers showing him or whatever.
Yeah, those were the best.
Yeah. Nothing will ever no trailer bomb drop can ever top Spider-Man showing up in the second Civil War trailer.
It's the best one where he just at the very end he just shows up, webs Captain America's hand, steals his shield, and just goes, "Hey everyone!"
In this.
Don't die.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I got COVID.
God,
no, I know.
The way it sounded coming from your mic, it sounded like it was from a cartoon.
Oh my god. I can do some nasty coughs, let me tell you.
I've noticed.
But yeah, no. They could have just had Tom Holland pop up and just shoot a web out of costume, but no, it's full suit. We'll talk about this more as the movie goes on. But
yeah, we'll talk about that stuff once we get to see the suit and everything.
Yeah. Fun fact though, the first trailer for this movie came out on my 18th birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on my 18th birthday, my family and I went to Orlando, because the city of dreams, where everyone's happy and nobody's suffering and all.
Well, damn, I live here. When can I do that?
One day. When coronavirus wipes Orlando off of the face of the earth.
It probably will.
It probably will, but I hope you can save yourself first. Because
I got some masks in the corner. I might be okay.
How long until people protesting the virus just actively try to cough on other people who wear masks and stuff?
I give it a week.
Yeah,
and who knows, by the time this episode comes out, it may have already happened.
Probably. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, no, my 18th birthday, we went to Orlando for my dinner. For my birthday dinner, we went to Cheesecake Factory, which was very, very good.
Nice.
then the next day, my sister and I spent the day at Universal, which, you can say what you want about Orlando, but Universal is always fun.
Oh, yeah. Universal is a great time.
And yeah. So yeah, and then the day after that, I had an audition for this acting conservatory in New York. And funny enough, it's the same conservatory where Jacob Batalon graduated from.
Huh.
And as soon as he graduated, like a month later, he was filming Homecoming. So it was like
actually really cool.
Yeah, and this place wanted me. Like, they were going to try to give me money. My only problem was that I could not afford the fees to live in New York. So
yeah,
I had to say no and go to real college like a dumbass.
Oh.
I could have been a major league actor by now, but no.
Who knows?
I wouldn't be here doing this for your entertainment. So, you all win, but I lose.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I like doing this, and
I hope so. You're the guy who, without you, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Hopefully, one day I'll be able to do something worthwhile. No, this is worthwhile. I'm kidding, but yeah. I love doing this with you. I love this podcast.
Yeah, no, I know you're just joking.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody who's listening at home, set your timestamp to 33 seconds after the beginning, because that's where we're starting from. It's like right after the Columbia logo fades to black. So it should just be a black screen by then. So while you guys do that, we're gonna just talk a bit about our initial thoughts on Homecoming. So, Brian, what were your initial thoughts on Homecoming when you saw it?
Oh, I had a great time. I went, me, my dad, and I think my cousin was like 10 or 11 at the time. We went to go see it because me and my dad fucking love Spider-Man. So we were always going to go see it, and we needed something to do. So we grabbed my cousin, who, kind of like Spider-Man, but more she just needed to get out of the house and do something. So we brought her along. We went to go see it, and it was a great time. I had a lot of fun. I really liked the movie when I went to see it, and so far I have liked it on every rewatch. So I'm hoping that stays true for this one.
Yeah. I have a lot of love for this movie, and I understand some criticisms people have about it, but I can't help but get like this very comforting, happy feeling when I watch this movie, because I feel like it's the perfect lighthearted Spider-Man movie.
Yes.
Like mostly lighthearted. I love Far From Home too, but Far From Home has some issues in the first act that
I have gone back and rewatched it a couple months ago, and I did really feel like I just want to skip past the first like half an hour.
Yeah. Everything after the drone scene on the bus, everything after that is like great to me. Like, I love everything after that.
Yeah, to me, pretty much everything after that scene is like top 10 MCU movies.
Yeah, I just chalk it all up to like that they had less time than they did with the first movie in order to write it. So it's the same issue that Amazing Spider-Man 2 faced, except like they actually had better writers for this one. Like,
yeah, man, isn't the writer for Amazing Spider-Man 2 about to do something big?
Oh yeah, Roberto Orci, because Sony is like, Amazing Spider-Man 2, big success, right? Let's hire that man again.
What's he working on again? I don't remember.
Some kind of Spider-Man spinoff. I have no fucking clue.
It's one of the fucking Sonyverse.
Yeah. But like I said, I have a lot of love for this movie. I love it. I saw it 4 times in theaters. There's a scene near the beginning where I just like felt like Spider-Man's back. Like, this is the stuff I was missing in like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like,
yeah.
And this movie has like some of my favorite Spider-Man moments in any movie. or like even the comics too. But yeah, no, I really love this movie. So why don't we get started? So once again, everybody, we are paused at 33 seconds after the Columbia logo fades to black. So we're gonna do 3, 2, 1, and on 1 we'll press play. So Brian, you ready?
Yep.
All right, everybody at home, ready? 3, 2, 1. I love this. I love this.
I cheered a little when I saw this in theaters because like that's really cool.
I love this. I love Toombs' backstory.
It's so good.
Like, I love how they set this in. I love how they weave this so into the MCU so it doesn't feel like this is just tacked on. Like,
yeah, like no, without the MCU, this movie doesn't work.
Yeah, and some people may not like that, but I love it because it just makes this feel like it belongs in this universe.
Yeah, like I totally get why people don't like that, but I love it whenever Spider-Man is like integral to the Marvel universe. Because he is the Marvel universe.
He is. He's the face, and Marvel is setting him up to be that, especially in like Far From Home and the third one.
Yeah.
Now there's Shocker, who they didn't allow to actually be Shocker.
Yeah, that is one of my big complaints about this movie. Is
the other guy was more of a
yeah, the other guy should have been Shocker.
But like, I like this actor. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
But they just didn't let him be Shocker.
Nah, they gave him one glove and the yellow sleeves, and that's it.
I hope they bring him back.
Same.
Now, remember when they were going to make a Damage Control show?
Right.
And they had Damage Control here, and I feel like this was supposed to be like a soft pilot for the Damage Control show.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But then, like,
if some of these guys here were going to be in the show.
Yeah. But then, you know, they like...
It just didn't work out.
Yeah. By the way, this Toombs is totally justified here. Like,
he is completely in the right. Like, he already has the contracts and everything. Like, he was already given the job, and these guys just come in saying, this is ours now.
It was pretty much Tony being like, nope.
Yeah.
And this comes into the whole, like, people being like, I don't want to get into this too much, but like, saying Peter isn't supportive of the middle class or the working class or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, no, it's just that Peter, like, is young and naive, and like, he sees a guy doing something wrong and he's like, okay, I have to bring him down.
Yeah. Like regardless of his financial status, these guys are literally murdering people and endangering lives.
Yeah. Like, Toombs literally kills the first Shocker.
Yeah. Like Toombs is definitely not super evil. Mysterio was literally murdering people for fun.
Yeah, no, Toombs doesn't do it for fun.
Toombs does it because he doesn't have much else choice, and he's good at it.
Yeah, but also Toombs, like, I just gotta say, I love this.
Yeah.
And then we get the lore breaking 8 years later right here.
Yeah, this is...
They admitted that it was a typo. They admitted that was like a mistake.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, how does that get, like, past? I don't know.
This and Far From Home have really weird timelines.
Far From Home isn't as bad because, like, it's after Endgame, so you can be like, okay, a lot of amount of time has passed.
Yeah, but like 6 months feels like a bit too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it should have been like 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the 8 years, that's just wrong.
Yeah,
like,
which at least they've admitted that it was not like right.
Yeah, but can't fix it now. It was already in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love Vulture's design.
Yeah, it's perfect. And then here we go. I love this so fucking much.
It's so good. I was bouncing in my seat when I got here.
I need to turn this up a bit because
Right.
They need to bring this back in the third movie.
They do.
But like more bombast. And then seeing him right there.
Yeah, like that's just so good.
Oh my fucking God. Like I freaked out.
Yeah. I will miss the classic logo that we've had up till now, but I do love the Marvel Studios logo.
Yeah. It's a film like Peter. I love this whole opening.
This is fun.
It's fun, guys. Like I don't care that it's not angsty or broody. It's fun.
Yeah.
Also, I love how these movies made Happy a bigger character.
Right?
Especially Far From Home. Like
Far From Home is the biggest he's ever been.
Yeah, and like seeing how the relationship between him and Peter developed is like, I love it.
Yeah. Like in this movie, he could not care less about him, but then by Far From Home, he treats him like an old friend.
I'd say even treats him like he's his own kid, probably.
Yeah. Like treats him kind of like family.
Yeah.
Which I like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is stuff I love because this feels like stuff a kid would do.
Yeah.
Then there was even more deleted stuff where it's like he decided to go out in a badass Spider-Man.
Oh.
I love this though. I love the homemade suit. I don't care what anybody says. I love it.
Same. Like I've seen the concept art and they drew a lot of inspiration from Ben Reilly.
They did. They even had Ben Reilly straight up.
Yeah, two of the concept arts were straight up Scarlet Spider, which while I would have loved if they did that, I do like the suit too. So like I'm not upset.
Now, I love the main suit. I love it a lot.
I like it. I got a few problems, but
the black lines on the blue parts.
The lines on the blue parts, and I don't like the black like bands around the shoulders and the.
I'm fine with them. They add a bit of dimension to it.
Yeah, but they feel unnecessary.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a way of adding dimension without having to do raised webbing again.
Yeah, which good. No raised webbing. I'm happy.
Yeah. I love this whole thing though.
Yeah.
I love that like right there his accent slips out a little bit.
Yeah. But I will say the colors on the main suit are perfect. The red and blue is the best they've ever been.
It's definitely 70s Spidey. Like I love it. Now, like just honest opinion, what do you think about the relationship between Peter and Tony that's built up in like I think it's fine. Yeah, like I
don't have any complaints about it. I think it's okay.
Yeah. It was in the comics before Civil War happened, and like a lot of people say Civil War is supposed to be Peter being like fuck Tony Stark, but people forget Tony was written terribly in Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War is the story that broke Iron Man as a character for like over a decade. Like some would say he still hasn't recovered from it, honestly. Yeah. Which I disagree with, but I understand why people say that.
Like
meanwhile, in this version of Civil War, Tony is written like a likable person.
And has actual valid reasons for behaving the way he behaves.
Yeah.
Especially like
he doesn't put people in another dimension that drives them insane by being here. And decides to put them there forever unless they decide to register.
Yeah. Like this relationship between Tony and Peter is what would happen if Civil War just did not happen.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't have because it ruined Marvel for like 10 years.
I'd argue it still ruined Marvel till now.
Yeah. I mean, one more day still happened and that hasn't been undone. Which, by the way, the foreshadowing in this movie is like beautiful.
Oh, it's
like with how it foreshadows Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh yeah.
Although it's like, was Tony like really like? Although it is confusing, and I guess it's just probably because they couldn't use Robert Downey Jr. that much. But it's like, was Tony intending to like actually check up on Peter, or was he just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm going to leave him be for like...
I want to say he probably was. He just got busy because, I mean, he runs the biggest company on the planet. And
the Avengers.
Yeah, so
Like-
he's probably too busy dealing with all that stuff to worry about this kid from Queens I picked up.
Yeah. I don't know. I love this whole beginning section though.
Oh,
Like
it's so good.
this song, I think it's called The Underdog, and that just the constant messages.
That's so good.
Like all this is relatable stuff to me. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that isn't relatable about Peter, but like also there isn't a whole lot of stuff that's relatable about Peter in the comics or in other movies too.
Like
how he has like 70 girlfriends for some reason.
Right. But yeah, all the high school stuff is very relatable to me.
Now there's the second best adaptation of Flash.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a very different take, but I really like it.
Yeah. Now, I love this.
I love these.
Just the fucking zoom in. That happens all the time. And by the way, I love that the principal is like the descendant of the one guy from Captain America.
Yeah, he's like his grandson, I think.
Yeah, he has his photo in his office, which like that's just it shows that like it's not just double casting.
Yeah, it's like we want to reuse this actor, but he was in the first Avenger. What do we do? Back to the Future it. Say he's his grandson.
Now here's Ned Leeds.
I was about to make the same joke.
I love him though. Like I love him. Separated from all that stuff, I think he's good.
Yeah, if I pretend Miles's book doesn't exist, I love him, but I can't really push that out of my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm able to just set that aside.
It just feels weird to me. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember his roommate's name. God, in the comics right now, his roommate
Randy.
Randy, thank you. They should have just done Randy.
Yeah, they should have. I think we talked about that. Yeah, didn't we? They should have.
It was either on an episode or like right before we recorded one.
Yeah. They cast a lot of celebrities to play the teachers at this school.
Right?
Yeah, like Hannibal Buress. I forgot her name, but I know she's popular.
I love that you can see Bruce's picture up there with all the other scientists. Like,
there's just so many. The guy in the ROTC uniform. Like, there's so many details in this school that are like, yeah. And people are like, why should Peter be threatened by Flash? He probably isn't anymore because he has superpowers.
He totally isn't. He's just acting like it because it can't be. I love this too. He doesn't order it on Amazon this time.
Yeah, he actually makes his own fucking web fluid and his web shooters. Well, not the ones that Stark gave him, but like he made his web shooters. He made his web. Yeah, and I love how they like did that in Civil War to be like, yeah, fuck you, Amazing Spider-Man, for having Peter ordered off of Oscorp's Amazon. There she is. She should have just been MJ from the beginning.
She should have just been named. If she was named Mary Jane, I would have zero complaints about her.
Like, even with her character being different, I literally wouldn't care because there have been several different versions of Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah. It's like,
look, it's Cindy Moon. It's Silk.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you think they're going to bring her back?
Probably not.
Now, there's our king, Mr. Harrington.
I love him so much.
He's so funny. I love him.
Yeah. Him and the other teacher are even better in Far From Home for me.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking hilarious.
Like, when we watch Far From Home, I'm just going to have a ball with it.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the cast of the kids in this movie.
Yeah.
Because like this seems like high school, like a diverse group of kids, all very different for comedic purposes. I fucking love that. I feel like the jokes land better in this movie than they did in Far From Home.
Oh, definitely.
And again, I chalk that mostly up to them having less time to write the script.
Yeah.
But again, like, the third one now has even more time, so...
Yeah, so hopefully they iron it out as best as they can.
I hate that they cut out Delmar's scene in Far From Home.
Right.
Like, can we bring him back in Spider-Man 3? Please.
He's the closest thing to Mr. Ditkovich I got anymore.
Yeah. I love this moment.
It's so good.
I fucking... That's what Peter Parker would do.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I love this guy so much.
Yeah. A lot of people say like Tom Holland doesn't really act like Peter Parker.
I disagree.
Yeah, he has like he's a more younger, more like optimistic Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's happy with his life right now, which that I like that whenever Peter is like happy with himself.
Yeah. Also, like my interpretation of why he's like so committed to being Spider-Man is that like he's trying so hard to be responsible.
Yeah.
That leads to him being irresponsible again.
Yeah.
Like everything that happens in this movie is a reminder of Uncle Ben. I don't see it as it being a replacement until they exclusively say Uncle Ben does not exist. He does exist because they literally said everybody knows the story of Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
why would
we had 2 big movie franchises in a row that already did the Uncle Ben thing. We're not doing it this time, and skipping the origin was the best move they could have made for these movies, no doubt. Honestly. Because
by the way, I love this suit up here. How it's just it's just like a sack, and then he presses. This is like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. This is when I knew Spider-Man was back.
This montage is great.
Yeah, like as soon as it gets to like Blitzkrieg Bop right here. Hold on. Yeah. I love this scene so much.
Yeah,
like the CGI is a bit wonky, but I don't care. It's Spider-Man.
It's like a video game, but I don't care.
This is Spider-Man. This is friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, this is stuff I need in my life.
Yeah. They filmed this in Atlanta. I remember they filmed this scene in Atlanta and a few other scenes.
I can see it.
Yeah. He just writes a fucking note. Don't steal it. Also, I like the low-key take on web swinging in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of... I love this.
I love this guy.
Spider-Man, do a flip.
Yeah.
And he just tells him where to go.
Yeah. Yeah, this montage is great.
This is fun Spider-Man stuff. And we needed this after Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, wait, CGI was wonky. That means the movie's bad.
Yeah.
This is New York. This is fucking New York.
Oh, yeah.
And then, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
God. I wish Stan Lee was able to get one last cameo in Far From Home.
Yeah, honestly, I understand why Endgame was his last for a lot of reasons, but I wish his last one was in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it would have made... I wonder if they did film one, but just didn't use it. But who knows?
Yeah.
I love this. This is like ripped straight from a comic.
Oh, yeah. Like, I don't think we've ever really seen Spider-Man in these movies like just take off part of the mask, like just the mouth part, so he could just do this stuff.
Yeah, no, like this is the first time.
It was in like the first Raimi movie with the upside down kiss, and that was it.
Yeah. Then I love this bit where he just refills his web shooter.
Yeah.
And again, like my take on why Peter is so committed to trying to be an Avenger is just because it's an easy way out of his guilt for Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Because once he's an Avenger, he can like be in his eyes an actual hero.
Yeah, like when you join the Avengers, you made it big time.
And you're saving like large groups of people.
Yeah.
So like that's why he wants to be like Tony, because he probably saw what Tony did in Iron Man 3. And since he was there in Iron Man 2, like it was a retcon, but it's canon now.
Yeah. It's like that's the kind of hero I want to be.
Yeah. And you guys might not be like, oh, it's never exclusively said, so it's not that. But I just pick up on like little details that I'm like, yeah, Peter's been through this before. Yeah. By the way, I love this scene.
It's so good. It's ripped straight out of Ultimate.
When this was in the first trailer, I was like, yep, Spider-Man's back.
Yeah. It's like, this is ripped straight out of Ultimate. I think the Thor guy was Batman in the comic.
Yeah,
but
that was
obviously
funny.
They can't do that here, so
yeah. Now, like we can agree, like the suit is overly CGI'd too much.
Oh yeah, especially in this one, I'd say.
Yeah, but there was a good enough reason for it. It's because the mask like made a Joker smile.
Yeah, which I get, but you could have toned it down a little.
Yeah. Also, like the budget for this movie wasn't that well. It was pretty big, but a lot of it did go to Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Now, a lot of people should have been like, "Oh, Delmar should have died here." I'm like,
oh,
that would have been tonal. That would have been like a tonal shift that would give you whiplash, like that.
Yeah, no, like we just had a bunch of pretty fun adventures with like you can't go straight from montage where he gives an old lady directions and Stanley asks about some lady hitting on her mom or something.
Yeah.
And then go straight to, and then this guy you met is fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like you can't just do that without any kind of setup.
Yeah. I like that they brought the arm thing back from Iron Man and Iron Man 2.
He should have been at the funeral in Endgame.
He should have. He should have set down the reef.
Yeah, oh my god, that would have been so good.
My god.
You should have still had like the dunce cap on.
Yeah. Now Peter is totally in the right. Well, not completely, but like in terms of how Happy and Tony aren't really listening to him about Vulture and the weapons. Yeah. At least Tony could have told Peter that like he called the FBI.
Yeah, no, Tony definitely should have like let him know, don't worry, I've got it. But he doesn't, so like
that's not a writing issue. That's just a character flaw with Tony because he expects everything to work out fine.
Yeah,
and for people to listen to him because he's Tony Stark.
Yeah, exactly.
Peter's like the first person to actively defy him.
Yeah, like for a long time. This is like aside from Pepper's
allowed to because Tony's Pepper's simp.
Yeah, exactly.
But by the way, like I say that word jokingly. That word's been so overused to death. It's like it's terrible. I hate it.
No, the meme is kind of dead, but it's still applicable.
Yeah. By the way, I love this. I love.
Oh yeah, this is fun.
And I love how like right in the first act it's like okay, his best friend knows.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah, also, here we get the Uncle Ben reference that everybody tries to act like isn't an Uncle Ben reference.
Right.
The dropping of the Death Star. I could have been this guy if I went to... No, I'm kidding.
God,
he is. Now, Aunt May, she could just look on the floor and be like, why is there a Spider-Man costume on the floor?
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's not in frame. It's fine.
Yeah.
If it's not in the camera, it doesn't exist. Yeah.
By the way, I like Marisa Tomei as Aunt May.
Same. But I wish she had more to do.
Yeah, which she hopefully will in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Like, in this movie, I think she's fine. In Far From Home, I got problems.
Yeah. Although I understand why they did it the way they did.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. I just...
By the way, here. This is one of the best scenes in the movie. Yeah. Like, this is straight up, if you do not know Spider-Man, you wouldn't know what this is. If you know Spider-Man, you know what this is. Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, that's clearly after Uncle Ben died and everything.
And Ned gets it right there, and you hear the music, and it's like, this is like the reference to Uncle Ben.
Yeah, this is straight up. I can't tell her I'm Spider-Man after what happened with Uncle Ben.
And like, I get some people say they like are actively avoiding saying Ben's name, but like, it would be kind of hokey if he was like, you know, everything that happened with my Uncle Ben who was murdered, like that's on the nose.
Yeah, like no one is gonna say with everything that happened to her after Uncle Ben, like they're just gonna say with everything that's happened to her lately or something. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I love this scene, though.
Yeah.
Like, I buy that this is, like, that these two are family.
Oh, yeah.
Like, straight up. Also, I'm fine with the younger Aunt May, because, like,
same.
It doesn't make a lot of sense that, like, a woman in her 70s is, like, just an aunt to a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, no, it's...
I mean, it happens, but
it's totally possible.
I love that. I love that in this movie, New York isn't actively trying to witch hunt Spider-Man because, like,
he hasn't actually done anything yet.
Yeah.
Like New York is used to superpowered people running around nowadays, so
yeah.
Like Spider-Man isn't anything new yet.
Yeah.
But then by Far From Home, it's like we gotta murder this person.
Yeah. I do hope in Spider-Man 3 though we get a flashback to seeing like what happened after May found out who he was.
Yeah. I think you told me Far From Home was supposed to have a little training montage with her.
Well, like she was testing his powers, and I was like kind of iffy on that because I'm like, I don't know if it was like her being like just having fun with it, or her like making sure that he will be able to protect himself.
I think it's
all an execution. I hope so, but it all like that could change whatever. Like, also I like that they just explained here that Peter was bitten by a spider.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest, I would like to see the spider bite in like a flashback.
Yeah. Yeah, I do hope we do get a flashback to that stuff at some point, but I don't need it too much.
Yeah. It would just be fun to see.
Yeah.
Especially if like Craven is a villain and he tries to mess with Peter like mentally too.
Yeah. Like he's got a whole bunch of like weird magic herb stuff that like make you hallucinate. Yeah. I love this so much.
I fucking love this. So they recorded so much of this for like
there are like 30
He's on the other fucking side of it. This is what was in middle.
Yeah, no, this was my high school gym class.
Pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now. Now a lot of people are like, "Oh, Ned's annoying here." Like that's the point. Like Ned is what would happen if you found out your best friend was a superhero.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
Although I wish they kept that in
Ned gets nothing to do in the next movie. It's kind of
all sad. He does is just a comedic relationship with and I love this one where Peter like realizes he's doing it too well, so he has to
he's gotta slow down.
Yeah. A lot of people hate this moment. I'm fine with it. And then this is where Ned's like, "Oh yeah, Peter, Spider-Man."
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot, Ned."
But this is definitely like a very comic moment. Just everybody stops. Then Flash is like, "Oh hell yeah, I get to rip into him."
Right.
But yeah, no, like I like this whole thing, especially with the party, because like this is stuff from the comics.
Oh yeah.
Especially when he's looking.
The high school stuff is arguably the best part of the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, and also like the whole thing with the party is like a good reiteration of responsibility.
Yeah. And
I wrote about this in an op-ed where I argued that this movie does responsibility better than Spider-Man 2, and it's just my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me, but I argued that in Spider-Man 2, like Peter is chasing the criminals and it just stumbles upon him, so it's not like he really has much of a choice. Like it stumbles upon them, so it's like of course he has to go after them. Here Peter has a legitimate choice.
Yeah.
Like use Spider-Man as a party trick. Like either ignore responsibility or take responsibility. And as soon as he sees the explosion, he's like, "Okay, time to go."
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Like when he says Spider-Man's not a party trick, and when he looks into the party, you can tell like he's been here before.
Yeah, like he is totally thought about, what if I just went to high school in the suit one day?
Yeah. Or even like what was going on like after he got his powers.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if the wrestling thing or the TV thing happened in this universe.
I hope it did, because I really like that kind of stuff.
I wonder it might be like YouTube or something. Probably YouTube.
Probably, which I'll be fine with that as like an update.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like, modern age teenagers get superpowers. They're going to be a vlogger.
Yeah. I love that he uses air horns later to make fun of Peter.
So.
I love her. I don't care what anybody says. I fucking love her.
Yeah, no, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Liz is fine. She's just a carbon copy love interest.
Yeah, she's just here.
Yeah. I like that they did do Liz first.
Yeah. Because she hasn't been done before yet, so
yeah. I do find it interesting that it's like, okay, she's just a one and done love interest for this movie. They don't even kiss in this movie.
Yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if she comes back, considering what happens later in the movie, but I would not be like sad if she never does.
Peter, no one wants that.
Yeah.
The fucking air horns.
Yeah, no,
my God.
Yeah.
This is a complete Spider-Man moment. Like, this is...
he leaves and puts on the suit and is like, I could make so much fun of him right now.
I could literally mock him. I could
destroy him, no problem.
I could gain everything right here, but that would not be... like, right here.
Exactly. Yeah, like, no, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, this whole movie relies on you knowing the origin and knowing what happened.
Yeah. And then
like,
looks up, sees an explosion, is like, well, gotta go to work.
Yeah. Here, I fucking love this scene. Yep. I don't care what anybody says. This is as memorable to me as the Raimi theme.
Same, I love it.
Yeah. They did this in a comic too, in like an early Lee Ditko comic, I think.
I think it was Lee Ditko or Lee Romita.
Yeah. Now, when are they going to bring Donald Glover back to play Aaron Davis again?
They need to.
Yeah. By the way, I like that they have all this MCU stuff, like the Ultron arm.
Yeah, I was about to say I love the gun because it is a robot arm with like a bunch of shit tossed on it. Like,
but no.
I love all the weapons and stuff because it's like they all work, but they all look like garbage.
Yeah.
And that's great.
Yeah. I do wonder what they're going to do when they bring Miles in, because they're definitely going to bring Miles in, especially because Aaron Davis is here.
Yeah, they're more than likely, like in like the next trilogy, they're going to bring in Miles because he's way too popular right now not to do it.
Yeah. I love the fucking screenshot. And then this is Spider-Man right here.
Yeah.
All right. But no, like in a deleted scene, he name dropped Miles.
Oh.
Like it was like Aaron Davis stuck at the car and he's like just waiting around for the web to dissolve. And then he's like on the phone, he's like, yeah, sorry, Miles, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, sorry, Miles, I'm gonna be late.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah. So makes me just wonder what's gonna happen in the future. But I love this whole sequence though.
Yeah, this is cool.
The thing I love about this movie is how friendly neighborhood it is. Like how low scale it is.
Yeah, it's very small scale.
Like the world is not going to end in this movie. A shit ton of people aren't going to die in this movie.
Yeah, like they probably will if Spider-Man doesn't stop them, but it's not like immediate danger.
The climax is basically stopping a guy from making a robbery, which I love that. Nobody talks about that enough, I think. Like the climax of this movie is stopping a robbery. Yeah,
it's just stopping a heist. It's not this guy's gonna blow up the universe or something.
I'm also saying Far From Home's climax is bad just because it's big scale.
Yeah, no, Far From Home.
I love that this
Far From Home is like one of the best parts.
Yeah, the dog, the CGI dog.
Yeah.
I love this whole sequence though. This is fun Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah. Like,
And
this is
just-
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
it's
is
straight up
fine.
a homage to that.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, these movies are too much like '80s movies." I'm like, but
Like,
it's
there
like,
you go, right there, Ferris Bueller.
yeah, that was the point though. They said that like in 2015, they said this is going to be like a John Hughes movie, which it pretty much is.
The eyes are glitching.
Yeah. That's not working. There's just so much dialogue in this movie that I fucking love.
Same.
But then when Vulture comes in like a second, also Vulture's theme, can we just say
It's
Vulture's theme?
terrifying.
It's like it's the Avengers theme apparently in like a different major. Oh, here we go. Oh god, this shit made me jump in the theater.
Same.
I love that they added that helmet.
Same.
Like it's a good juxtaposition to Peter's mask.
Yeah.
Like Peter has the big eyes, Vulture has these beady, terrifying small eyes.
Yeah. Like I prefer it when Vulture, doesn't have a helmet on and everything, but this movie makes it work.
Yeah. And I like that in the climax he takes it off.
Yeah.
Because then he looks like comic accurate Vulture.
Yeah. Like I love the bomber jacket. I wish he had like a suit, but I do love the design.
If they bring him back, they'll probably give him an updated suit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, what do you think about this armor that they use for Tony in the movie?
I love it because it's clearly the ultimate armor, but it's just the armor from Civil War that he's repairing, and he just hasn't bothered to finish painting it.
Yeah.
Like, I love that because I've always said the ultimate armor just looks like he gave up painting it halfway through. So in this movie, it's literally he did stop painting it because he's trying to fix it. It's a bunch of parts.
Tony's biggest mistake in this movie is that he thinks he can control Peter.
Exactly.
But this is him trying to be a father.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he thinks he does.
Yeah. And Peter's definitely kind of justified at the end of the second act.
Oh, yeah.
When he's like, if you even cared, you'd actually be here. They both learn from each other in this movie, and that's what I love.
Yeah. And I love that the armor's holding the cocktail.
Yeah. But yeah, no. But yeah, that's Tony's biggest fault is that he thinks he can control Peter. And then Peter just saves the day anyway at the end. Because that's the ultimate thing where it's like Peter isn't controlled by Tony Stark. Peter just looks up to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I do really like I said before, I do like their dynamic.
Yeah.
I just like that reference to Civil War.
Yeah.
Now, Peter's like feeling dejected here. Like, you can tell it's because like he sees a third father figure who's just probably not going to be there for him.
Yeah.
Which like that just makes Infinity War and Endgame all the more crushing to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like the fucking ringtone again.
For a split second, I thought like the machine was making that noise.
Yeah. I love this. God.
Yeah.
Fuck. Now the suit looks really good here.
Yeah. Like, it helps that it's nighttime, so it kind of hides fakeness, but it still looks good.
I think this is a real suit, isn't it?
It might be.
I think it is. I don't know. The CGI on the suit looked much better in Far From Home.
Oh, definitely. I feel like they had a bigger budget.
They definitely did.
They didn't have to spend most of their budget on Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Tinkerer. He's kind of like, I like all the stuff.
I like that they brought in Tinkerer to make it like the comics.
Yeah.
Because the comics was like, it was Vulture was supplied by the Tinkerer, right?
Maybe it's Tinkerer's big thing. Like when he got like a revamp was he was building a bunch of supervillains tech.
Yeah.
Well, like that was the thing. Like I think it was right before Civil War happened. They went to Latveria because Tinkerer was hiding out there selling weapons to supervillains, and that's how they ended up with their gear.
I like this foreshadowing for the climax.
Yeah.
The fucking van is just destroyed.
Yeah. Like it's literally on fire back there.
Yeah. Here we come to the death of Shocker.
You did the good one.
Yeah. He has the fucking jacket. Like,
he does.
Now I like how they're like, no, we cannot take on the Avengers.
Yeah. Like, I may have wings. That ain't gonna help me against Thor.
Yeah. I like his line there where he's like, I'm the Shocker. I shock people. What is this pro wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is the point where it's like Toombs is a villain.
Yeah. Also, I just noticed a second ago, you can, on the computer screen, you can see like the blueprints for Vulture's wings later on in the movie when he does like the vacuum seal thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like it makes a shell under the plane. You can
that's pretty cool.
For like a split second, you could see the look on the monitors.
Ugh. I love how he thinks it's the anti-gravity gun.
Yeah.
But then he just doesn't care anyway.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, whatever.
And none of them care at all.
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
Now again, like, Bokeem Woodbine is a good actor.
Yeah.
And if they allowed him to be Herman, like, he is Herman Schultz, like, in name.
He could have been he could have been a really good Shocker. And
now if they give him the suit and and like both gauntlets in like the next one or something, then I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It'd be great if the next gauntlets could shoot, because in this movie they're just punches.
Yeah. It's very clearly like a prototype Shocker type thing.
Yeah.
Just doing this in fucking shop class.
Yeah.
Remember shop class? I don't, because I never had it in school.
Actually, my freshman year, I somehow got stuck in there through my scheduling, even though freshmen aren't supposed to have that class.
That's so fucking
not
weird.
Supposed to have that until junior year at my school.
Did they change? Did you like?
No, I was stuck there the whole year.
Jeez,
it was a time. And then it got me in sophomore year because I was in that class. I got stuck in like an architecture class for a couple months before I told my guidance counselor, I literally don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And he was able to get me out and put me somewhere else.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah.
I took a version of shop class. Well, like, it's not really shop class, but it's like shop class, but for theater. I love this handshake, by the way.
Oh,
but I took it in freshman year of college. And the fucking tiger. Oh, look, it's Mary Jane.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm reminded of the show now.
Yeah.
I swear it gets worse every episode.
Yeah. Now, how did these two guys get the fuck in? Especially when Shocker has a fucking gun on him. Like, this is the one time I'm like, okay, I'm calling bullshit. Schools are, like, way too protected nowadays for this stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Unless they just snuck in.
I was about to say, they probably got through, like, a back door or something.
Yeah.
Because I doubt they went through the front.
I love how you see Peter in the background just jump.
Right.
Chess. Also, the Spider Tracers come into play finally.
First time they've ever been used in these movies.
Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people are like, why couldn't Peter make the suit himself or the tech himself? I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, it's whatever.
He's able to keep the tech sustained and fixes it himself, so, like, I don't care. Peter just doesn't have the resources for stuff, so...
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
He's just hiding under the fucking table here.
Yeah. Like, I would prefer if, like, next movie he makes a suit all his own without any of this stuff, but I'll live if he does use another $1 trillion sewing machine to do it.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just at a point where it's like, I don't care how he makes a suit.
Yeah.
I just care that it looks good.
Yeah.
I love this whole montage though, especially with Peter recharging the web cartridges right here.
Yeah.
It's like he's using a stapler machine to do it, which I love.
Yeah.
Then Ned's wearing the mask here.
Yeah.
Looks like me when I was like wearing a Spider-Man mask to like the premiere of Amazing Spider-Man. I legit did. I wore like a Spider-Man shirt and the Spider-Man mask to the premiere.
Yeah, honestly, I'm at the point where I have my Scarlet Spider hoodie. I could probably just order like a red mask on Amazon, some goggles, and just live with it. Like, that'll be my new mask for quarantine time until further notice.
Oh my god.
It's not like I got anything else to do.
I love how everybody's like, yeah, we need Peter. Peter is way smarter than Flash.
Right. Because it's very clear, to me at least, that Flash bought his way into this school.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like he's an idiot.
Yeah.
He does not belong here.
Yeah. Flash is wrong.
Proving my point.
I love that vibranium is there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I hate how interconnected everything has to be. I don't care. It was cool seeing it in this movie.
Interconnected stuff sometimes.
It was especially cool seeing in this movie because it's like, oh, two things I love: Spider-Man and the MCU together, finally.
Like, God, I'm happy that they got the X-Men now because it means we can finally talk about adamantium in these movies.
Oh yeah.
Because I was so frustrated with Captain America when they couldn't use adamantium, so the shield is only vibranium.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's supposed to be super special. It's anyone in Wakanda can have one of those now. No. That's not how it's supposed to work.
I love when Ultron's like the most versatile substance on the earth and they use it to build a frisbee.
Right. That is one of my favorite Ultron lines. It's just you idiots could have used this for anything.
No, I love that there's just a USB port in the fucking suit.
Yeah. I do appreciate that because the suit's high tech, there's all these like circuits and stuff underneath it.
Though it does not look comfortable to wear at all.
Oh no, it looks like hell, but it makes sense that they're there.
Yeah. Yeah, see, shit right here is like Peter isn't trying to be like, I'm gonna do everything Tony says, because
no, I'm just gonna use his stuff.
Yeah, like I want to be an Avenger, but I'm gonna do things my way to try to get on the team. And then he realizes he fucks up because he tries too hard to be responsible, which it's a new take on responsibility that I like.
It's like if you're trying too hard to be too responsible, that's irresponsible.
Yeah. He says as he's jumping on the fucking...
I was about to say.
I love that. That's me when I was a kid. I was like, I don't know about doing this.
I don't know, man. I love it. That's what gets him on board.
Yeah. Now, like, this whole movie is basically like just showing Peter why having a super incredibly high-tech suit is not the way to go. Because he has a shit ton of problems with it.
Like, he doesn't need it.
Yeah. I mean, he's able to use it pretty well later on, but like...
Yeah, like, he gets the hang of it, but it's too much.
Yeah.
Like, it's not what Spider-Man needs.
Why was that necessary?
It's because he's an asshole.
Yeah. Ugh. This is very high school stuff. I've gone on like school trips like this. Like I went on a choir trip in my freshman year, and like literally all my classmates that I went with did stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
Like they'd sneak out past curfew, and we were in Orlando and we were at this hotel. I don't know if you know where it is, but it's like connected to a mall.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's somewhere around there. It's like where M&M World is.
Oh, okay. I think I haven't been there, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, like, here's another responsibility thing. Peter being like, I could have fun, but nope, there's a job to do.
Yep.
And literally, he pays the price for everything in this movie. He gets in a shit ton of trouble. Now, what do you think of Karen?
I don't like her.
You don't?
No. She feels really pointless to me. And I don't like Peter having an AI Jarvis thing that he can talk to. It just feels unnecessary.
The good thing is that this is only a thing for this movie.
Yes, I was very glad when in Far From Home, she is not even mentioned.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Edith, while I don't like Edith for a couple of reasons, I prefer her, if only because
at least
she's
Edith
not used to
the glasses. At least Edith is just the glasses. Like, it's not his fucking
It's
suit.
not built into the suit, so he doesn't have to talk to it all the time.
Yeah. The only reason I don't think they disconnected Edith from the glasses is that I think they're going to have Edith play a role in the third movie.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, the government seizing the glasses and stuff.
Yeah. It's just, I would have preferred it if he broke them. Like, just...
I don't know. Like,
it's I don't want Spider-Man having access to an army of drones and being able to hack into people's phones whenever
No. Yeah, definitely not.
Like, that's the part that I don't like.
Instant kill. Like, everybody laughed in the theater at this point.
Yeah. It's like, what?
And then they brought it back in Endgame, and I was, like, very happy.
Yeah.
That's the one time I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man, kill those things.
Yeah, Spider-Man murder.
But, no, what I would have preferred what they did with Edith is that Peter keeps the glasses but disconnects Edith from them.
That would have been okay.
Because it is like the last memento Tony left for him.
Yeah.
The thing about both these movies, which I'm noticing now watching Homecoming again, is like Peter being given this stuff that's basically encouraging him to be the next Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But that's not how he rolls.
That's not what he needs.
Yeah. Like, literally, a lot of this movie is him fumbling with a high-tech suit.
Yeah. And one of my friends has pointed this out before where, people are like, Peter, he's got all this, like, high-tech Iron Man stuff. Why does he have it? It's like, and my guy's response to this, like, yeah, and it's going to suck for him when it's all gone.
Yeah. Which it's going to be in Spider-Man 3.
I guarantee you, in, like, the first 10 minutes of the next movie, there's going to be a thing where, fucking FBI open up and they bust in and steal all his stuff.
Or, like, the fucking Iron Spider suit explodes or whatever and is just gone forever.
Yeah. I guarantee that one in particular is going away forever.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
You cannot keep that.
As it should, in my opinion.
Agreed. Especially because it's hideous. In my opinion. I hate the colors.
The gold with the red and blue does not really work.
It really doesn't.
They should have just made it red and black.
Yeah.
I do like this, though. This is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And I like how smart Peter is in
like,
this
he
movie.
basically figures out, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. Then he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he's scary.
I like how they changed up Vulture to make him, like, super threatening.
Same. Because if he was like comic Vulture, no one was going to be able to take him seriously.
I've seen people arguing that they should have made him comic accurate, but it's like, how would that make for a good main villain?
Yeah, like I like Vulture. He cannot carry a movie.
Yeah, this Vulture can. This Vulture can.
Yeah, but
Mysterio can, which is because he can, do big shit.
Yeah, Vulture is a guy with wings.
An old man with wings. How do you make that threatening?
Yeah.
This is how you make it threatening.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, Vulture's thing in the comics is, I think he was kind of like a CEO kind of guy. And, like, he was a corporate vulture, is what he was called, basically. And or something like that. It's one of his origins. I know that. He's not great. I'm just gonna say that. He's fun, but he cannot carry a whole movie on his own.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna bring damage control back ever.
I hope so.
I don't know. They played too much of a role in this movie for it to just be gone.
Right. It's just I like damage control just as a concept anyway. It's like, there's a lot of collateral damage in these big supervillain battles. Someone's got to clean it up.
Yeah. Now I love this whole montage.
Yeah.
And the web wings, I love the web wings. I don't care what anybody says. I love that they actually work.
Yeah. I do love the look with the yellow like hoodie thing all over the suit.
And like that jacket is something Peter wore in the comics apparently at some point.
Oh. Well, considering his expansive fashion sense in the comics, I would not be surprised.
Peter has the wardrobe of an Animal Crossing villager. Like
he does. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The 70s were a time for Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was.
For a lot of reasons.
Now, Karen's kind of, creeping on
like it feels like she was added into the movie to justify why Spider-Man's talking to himself in this scene.
Yeah, that's definitely the reason why she was added.
And that's it, because she will do nothing else for the rest of the movie.
The fucking Ultron head.
That's the main Ultron's head too.
Yeah.
It's like, where did
Ultron's final design in fucking I hate it. It's fucking terrible.
No, his designs in Age of Ultron were garbage. I'm sorry. None of them were good. The concept art for him is awesome though.
Yeah,
Some of it is.
We were robbed.
Yeah, there's one that straight up looks like Megatron. I love it. I do love that he's hacking into it with a calculator.
Yeah. That stuff I like little ingenuity stuff where it's just also I love the reason Peter is still very much middle class, just he just has a suit that's from that has a lot of tech in it.
Yeah.
Stark Industries is not helping him and May live
they're not paying for their apartment.
Yeah. Probably because it would draw too much suspicion.
Yeah.
How come Peter all of a sudden is rich now?
Yeah. It's what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Why is there this amount of money being withdrawn from Tony Stark's account every month going to this woman in Queens?
Yeah. Now this scene was the first scene we saw being filmed.
Yeah.
Of Homecoming with Peter's suit on. It was the first time we saw a practical version of this suit.
Yeah.
Because in Civil War it was CGI.
Yeah.
Which was impressive.
Yeah. No, it looked good.
Yeah.
Flash, you didn't answer a single question. I missed that till now. That's funny.
Yeah. All that MJ is
Yes.
Again, it's just they should have just. I feel they were okay, we're casting her as Mary Jane Watson, but then
somewhere along the line they're no, we can't do a Mary Jane.
But we can just do a surprise twist thing.
Yeah, it feels like it's just one of the things in this movie that's different for the sake of being different, and that's all.
Yeah, the thing is that what was I gonna say? What James said this in Homecoming in our homecoming episode last year, I think. He said how like they could have made a statement, but being like, okay, you know what? A non-white Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Boom. But they like
feels like they got scared like halfway through.
Yeah. Because like every other character in this movie who was white in the comics is not white in this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
but for some reason Mary Jane's like too big a deal. So it's like we can't.
But like they definitely intend for Zendaya to be the Mary Jane from now on because
totally.
Zendaya is Zendaya. She's so fucking popular now.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. By the way, I love this whole set piece.
It's great.
This is like pure Spider-Man stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
This is definitely the moment she knew that Peter was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I like that. Like MJ is like smart enough to be like, "Yeah, I know you're Spider-Man."
Yeah, I like that she figured it out.
Yeah. But God, this whole sequence is just so fucking terrifying.
Yeah. No, this is elevators are terror.
Yeah. You just see Peter like just trying to. Now, what do you think about the drone?
That's a bit too much for me.
Yeah. It's a fun little trinket for this movie.
Yeah. Also, looking at it close up, it looks like it's made of Legos.
Yeah, it does.
like I saw it, someone posted like a comparison of here's the drone in Spider-Man PS4, and it's like the Spider Bot from like Superior Spider-Man, basically. Like it's a little drone with like legs, and then there's the one from this movie, and it really just looked like a Lego set.
Yeah. I love this moment though, where Peter's never been this high before.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like the Spider-Man PS4 would bring this up as well as like he's got spider powers, but they didn't cure his fear of heights.
Yeah, he just had to overcome it eventually, and by Far From Home he did because he was swinging in Manhattan at the end.
Yeah, and he like dove from a plane.
Yeah. Ugh. I love this whole sequence though because it's just anxiety building up.
Yeah.
Like especially with the music.
I was about to say the music really, like, it's really good.
I just gotta say, Michael Giacchino, fucking amazing composer. Like
he's great.
Like
he's one of the best working today, in my opinion.
Yeah, like his score for Doctor Strange was good, but this is the one where I'm like, okay, I love. Now Flash is a dick here. Like, this is
fuck you.
Yeah, no, like. Jesus, fuck.
Like, before you were a dick, but now your actions are quite possibly going to get people killed.
Yeah. I like this whole scene, though. Like, this was in, like, the teaser shown before the trailer came out, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Take. Jesus.
Like.
Yeah. I love that. Then the fucking theme, let's go. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a really good theme.
And then right at the fucking last second.
Yeah.
I like that he uses the ricochet web.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. This is like a Spider-Man 2 moment here.
Yeah.
Close to it.
Yeah.
Ugh. This whole scene is just, you feel like, oh god, how can it get worse? And then it just keeps getting worse. The fucking voice, I love it.
The closed captions went Queen's accent.
Queen's accent. Oh my god. Ugh. And the theme again.
Yeah.
Imagine how like it's going to evolve in the third movie.
Oh man, the speakers better explode in the theaters.
Like, let the final battle just have like Peter fucking showing the spider signal to the villains to warn he's coming, and then he comes in like a new suit, and it's just the fucking most epic version of this theme ever.
It'd be great. I do want because we just saw it. I really do like how the webs look in this movie.
Yeah.
Like they're very chaotic.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's like a good mix of Raimi webs and thank you.
But yeah, but yeah, it is a good mix of the previous two movies.
Yeah.
Like webs.
Like Raimi Spider-Man was more like thick, like goop, like more like rubber. And Amazing Spider-Man was more like actual webs. This one's like a good balance.
Yeah.
But
hey, Phineas, you mind building a second gauntlet, please?
Please, I just have fucking. Did he just rip the fucking like sleeves off of?
He totally just took the sleeves. Like they're like charred a bit.
Yeah, it's like these sleeves are cool. I'm gonna take them.
It's like how
I don't know. I don't know. They got to be like, look, a shocker.
Yeah, I guess it's like we already killed the other guy.
I feel like this is when Toombs was like, shit, I can't hate Spider-Man because he saved my daughter.
Yeah, it's like I just said I was gonna kill him, and then he saved my daughter.
I hate that they cut out the moment here where MJ was alone without any parents. Right. I love this fucking news segment.
Ned, it's so emotional.
I love this.
Yeah, God, I've said it. I want like a Midtown News like mini series thing where it's like it's just those two like reporting on stuff in the MCU that happens in the movies going forward.
Not again. I fucking love that. I love that fucking image. The Spider-Man with the fucking Comic Sans. I fucking love it.
It's so good.
Apparently on Disney Plus, you can change the font of the subtitles to be Comic Sans.
You can totally do it.
Imagine like putting Tony's final speech from Endgame in Comic Sans.
Oh no!
How did that like font become such a big meme?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up. How did Comic Sans become a meme?
I used it all the time when I was a kid. Now, like, what do you think about how Peter's acting here? Where he's like, I'm not gonna follow school rules anymore.
I like it because the whole point is he's being irresponsible here.
Yeah.
So, hang on.
Get the tension. Oh my god. Everybody fucking was like literally gut belly laughing in the theater.
Yeah. My dad was laughing his ass off at that, and I had not seen that man laugh that hard in a while.
There's just so much fucking not even caring.
Yeah.
Again, I just
like I said, if her name was Mary Jane, I'd have zero complaints.
Like, she seems the type who would dye her hair red.
Yeah.
I love that he has... And you see the scrapes on the side of the pillar.
Yeah, it's like he's done this before.
Yeah. There's just so much history here that it's like, cool, you know that this stuff happened.
Yeah, like, this Spider-Man feels lived in. Like,
yeah.
Like, he's been doing this for a little while now.
Yeah, like, this is, 9 months after he got his powers?
Something like that. I think he said 6 months in Civil War.
Yeah, but now it's like a couple months after Civil War because it's like Homecoming.
Yeah.
So that would have made like him getting his powers like around Christmas time, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Which, you know, if Spider-Man 3 takes place in the winter, I'm just saying, would be prime opportunity. But I like that though.
Yeah, that's fun.
Doing the impressions.
Like that's what I would do if I became a superhero. Just straight up. I'm a nerd. I'll do that.
Yeah. I'd love that it says alias is the Prowler.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad Donald Glover got his chance to be in a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, like he should have been cast for the reboot. Like I love Andrew Garfield, but like imagine if we got Donald Glover as Spider-Man.
That would have been great.
Like
I can't. People would have lost their fucking minds.
I don't know. Part of me is like. By the way, sorry. I love this moment. This is funny.
Yeah,
like just poking it at like Dark Knight and stuff. I was
about to say they're totally making fun of the Christian Bale voice. As they should, because it needs to be made fun of.
But what was I saying? Yeah, no, like part of me is like, yeah, I would have been ripped into back then, but I'm like, without like anti-diversity, some people are nowadays, especially with how on social media now, like I feel like back then it wouldn't have been as widely seen. Like
I don't know.
I
think it would have, but it wouldn't have been quite as vocal because
that
social media wasn't as big as it is now.
Oh, by the way, there you go, Miles Morales reference.
Yeah.
By the way, I like this moment.
Same.
Because it shows what Peter doing good things gives him. Like, yeah, like
I hope one day in the future Donald Glover gets to come back and he has the Prowler suit.
He should.
Like, that'd be great.
He has to. Like, they cannot just set this up and be like, nope.
Yeah, like this is his only appearance. Never coming back again.
Yeah, like, by the way, I like that he's already better than comic Aaron Davis.
Oh yeah, no. Like, the comic Uncle Aaron was the scummiest scum ever. Until, like, the new run where they're like, what if we made him a good person?
Yeah. By the way, I've been here when I went to New York, so like seeing this just like blew my fucking mind because I was literally here a month earlier.
Huh.
Like cool. I went on, like I talked about it before. I went on like a school trip to New York, and like this, we went to the Staten Island area, but we went there to go to Liberty Island.
That's cool.
Yeah, so like it's cool seeing stuff that I recognize. Also, like the shot of Peter and Tony that was in the trailers, but not in the movie, where they're like both flying together. I know where that is. It's like across the way from Lincoln Center, I think. Cool. But yeah, like it's cool. By the way, Matt Gargan should come back in the third movie, please. He definitely is. He definitely is.
Say, more than likely he'll be in the next one, and I hope he is, and I hope to God he gets the suit.
He has to, like, especially with how fucked up he is at the end of this movie.
Yeah. Like, he's got the big-ass scar over his eye.
And the big brace on his back and his arm.
Yeah.
God, did you ever go on ferries when you were younger at all?
I've been on a few, because my uncle and aunt would, like, rent a house over in it wasn't Maryland. It was I can't remember the place. It's like an island off of Massachusetts. Yeah, so we would visit them sometimes, and we'd go by ferry.
Yeah,
it would take like 2 or 3 hours to get there.
Yeah,
and then like another 2 hours to drive.
Yeah, it was a process.
Yeah,
a few times I've been on ferries and stuff, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, I like that whole phone call because it's like Tony trying to be good but not really getting it.
Yeah, like Tony is the kind of guy who thinks people can read his mind, basically.
Yeah, like that's the perfect way to describe it. Like he thinks people know what he's trying to do, but like he doesn't understand his own what he says and how it can affect people, especially with Peter in this movie. Because I don't know if he really knows like what happened to Peter.
No, he definitely doesn't.
Like at least, like he probably did some background research, but he probably thought like, oh, you know, Uncle Ben Probably just got shot by some...
Yeah, he probably knows Uncle Ben, the thing that happened with it, but he doesn't know the details.
Yeah. So he doesn't know what, like, how much what he says later affects Peter.
FBI, open up!
the beginning of the third movie.
Exactly.
Oh my, I fucking love this.
Yeah, like, he comes out of it like a monster and just, it's so cool.
God. But, yeah, no, like you were saying with, like, Tony... Oh, bye-bye, Gargan.
Ow! I forgot how brutal that was.
Yeah. But, like you were saying about, Tony believing people can read his mind, like, it's like with calling the FBI and not telling Peter.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't assure Peter, it's going to be okay, because he just expected Peter to listen to him.
Exactly.
Peter's like, no, I can't do that. It's like he didn't fully listen to Peter when he told him why he does what he does in Civil War.
Yeah. He
like,
heard him, but he didn't really listen.
Yeah. Tony is partially in the right when he, like, chews out Peter in a bit.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because Peter was out of his depth here. He was being reckless.
Yeah. Yeah, like,
because
Tony is totally right about what he says about Peter, but he should have told him, I've got it covered. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. Peter, like, was out of his depth because he was focusing too much on stopping the bad guys.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That this is Peter learning that...
Questions about things you don't understand.
Harry Osborn.
Oh, no.
This whole thing is fucking... Oh, my God. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, no, this is horrifying.
Yeah. Like, just Jesus fucking Christ. Then it just slowly comes apart.
Yeah. Like I'll say, this is not how physics works, but I don't care. It's cool.
It looks cool. And also the suspense in this scene is fucking...
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, Peter trying everything he can to bring the ship back together. It's like Barry talking to Cisco. But yeah, no, this is cool. This is like a good buildup of tension.
Yeah. It's also totally a Spider-Man 2 reference towards the end. Where
it definitely is. Yeah. Like, and these movies have a lot of love for the original movies. You can tell.
Yeah. No, these movies love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Like, John Watt's favorite movie is Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. 98%.
Oh.
Did fucking... Oh, God.
Oh, no.
This shit was, like, so fucking intense. When I saw this in IMAX, like, this was...
Oh, yeah.
Like, where it just did not work. And people are literally drowning right now.
Yeah, no, those three people are screwed.
Peter, this one Peter's realizing, like, shit, this is my fault.
Yeah, like, I messed up.
And then he just screams and tries to hold it together with his bare hands.
Like, he's literally trying to pull it back together.
But he can't.
Yeah.
And this is a good, like, visual metaphor.
Yeah.
You know, I love this line, though, when he's like, hi, Spider-Man.
Right.
I love that. They were supposed to have Rhodey and Vision here, too.
Oh, that would have been cool.
But, like, it probably would have cost too much to get Don Cheadle
and... that's true.
And Paul Bettany.
It's easier to render these little engine things than it is full, like, armored suits and a robot.
Yeah. The guy just immediately changes side. But yeah, no. What's coming up, which I love the scene coming up, by the way, is that both Peter and Tony are justified and in the wrong.
Yeah.
Because Tony is not perfect, as these movies have shown us.
Yeah.
Peter thinks he's perfect.
A big thing in both this and Far From Home is Tony is not the best guy. Like, he's a good person, but he's not a person,
but he's not a messiah.
Exactly. He can't do everything.
Yeah. And again, I love how this shows how small scale these guys are.
Yeah, like the second Iron Man takes notice of them, they're like, "We're done.
Yeah.
We got nothing to lose. Let's just go for the big one."
Now, what happens to Tinkerer after this movie? Because we don't see what happens to him.
No, I think he just gets away.
Wonder if they'll bring him back.
I hope so. It'd be kind of cool if, we mentioned, bringing Scorpion back and giving him a suit. I think it'd be cool if he builds it.
Oh, that would be cool. By the way, I love this whole scene. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I really like it.
Peter definitely, he knows he's been here before.
Yeah.
He's justified here, 100%. But then I love the moment where Tony just, hold on. Just that fucking moment.
Yeah. That's great.
Where Tony's like, okay, we're talking for real now.
Yeah.
But it's both of them are right and in the wrong here, like I said.
Yeah.
Tony believes he can control Peter, here, when he's the adult is talking. And that I could not even fathom.
Infinity War.
I could not even fathom that was foreshadowing.
Right. I wonder if that was intentional or not.
Yeah.
I wonder if
it probably was. I think it was. Because they planned Infinity War so far back.
That is true.
Which, by the way, when Peter, this whole thing, people harp on this a lot. I'm just it's a reiteration of great power and great responsibility. It doesn't, it's not a replacement. It's just a reiteration of it. Now, I do agree that Tony shouldn't have voiced over in the rubble scene.
Yeah, no, that was too much, because other than that scene is perfect, in my opinion.
This is Aunt May's best scene so far.
This is the best part of MCU.
This is ultimate Aunt May, straight up.
Yes. The only thing that's missing is the short gray hair.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm sorry. I just wish they just.
You are totally right to be mad, because it's so good.
I love that.
Yeah,
she's just
perfect.
Yeah,
that is what an aunt would say in this scenario. Yeah.
This is parenting right here.
Yeah,
this is a juxtaposition between her and Tony.
Yeah,
the parenting that Peter needs and the parenting that Peter is lacking in a way.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's Aunt May's the parent he needs. Tony's kind of the parent he wants, or at least thought he wanted.
But then Tony does end up, learning from Peter.
Yeah.
This movie involves Tony learning to trust. Infinity War is Tony learning to trust Peter.
Yes. On the ship, he finally realized, okay, you know what? I can trust this kid.
Yeah. Because the end of this movie is pretty much Tony realizing he cannot control Peter. And that's fine, because Peter is his own person. Yeah. And
so it's screw it, I'll make him an Avenger. Oh, he didn't want it. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. And that was the last thing where it's Tony might assert his control over Peter, and Peter's just no, I'm good.
Yeah. Also, we mentioned it earlier, but you could see in the background of the principal with all the photos and the medals.
Yeah. I love the homecoming setting of this movie.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. I love that. I just a lot of people are why didn't she have much of a role in this movie? I'm it was just set up.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with her role in this movie. Like I said, my only complaint about her is she's not named Mary Jane.
Yeah. I love her in the next movie.
In Far From Home, she's great.
Yeah. And I'm glad that she's sticking around, because I was so scared that at the end of Far From Home, they'd have her leave and then have the quote-unquote real Mary Jane show up. Yeah. I'm just like that's gonna like I hope they don't do that because that's just gonna be in such bad taste.
It really will be.
Like, just say that her real name is Mary Jane. Just do it. Like I don't care.
Yeah, or maybe she ends up on the run too or something, so she changes her name. I don't know.
Yeah, or she dyes her hair because she doesn't want to be noticed.
Yeah,
or just something. I don't know.
It's just why'd you have to name her Michelle? I don't
know. This is a very high schooler moment right here.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, it just feels like one of the things of this movie that are trying to be different for the sake of being different.
Yeah,
like it's
understand it. I understand it.
Yeah, like we had two big franchises. Like the last movie was 2 years ago, so we got to do something different. But you didn't need to do that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, like, remember that whole thing where it's like, oh, Sony's forbidding Marvel from using these certain characters. It's like, why the fuck would they? Like, I know it's Sony, but it's like, why would you blame Marvel for that? Because it feels like that argument is made to be like Sony's the dick in this situation, but it's like, why are you blaming Marvel then?
Yeah. Also, like, I love how huge that hall pass is.
Oh yeah, no, that's like, I don't know, something about
comically huge.
Now they were supposed to say that the suit he wears is Uncle Ben's suit. Like those are all Uncle Ben's suit. Like that was in the script, but they didn't want it to just be a throwaway line.
I think they should have kept that in.
I'm back and forth on that. Like I totally understand why they didn't. Because
I get it.
Because I feel like when they bring Uncle Ben in, they want it to actually matter.
Yeah,
and this movie
I love that the tie was going over the collar.
Yeah, but yeah, I love this. Oh god, we get to the best fucking twist of any superhero movie.
This is the best scene. This is the best part of the movie.
Like from here on, this entire third act I fucking love. It's
the third act of this movie is some of the best in any MCU movie, in my opinion.
In any superhero movie, I'd say.
Yeah.
But when this door opened, everybody fucking
I remember
lost their breath.
Like in the back of my mind, the back of my mind, I saw it coming. But I was still surprised. Because it's like, I know, Toombs, he mentioned I got a kid. And I never I put it together, but I didn't realize I put it together.
Yeah.
So it's like when this happened, I felt so validated for some reason I didn't even know.
It's such a well-written twist. Like, oh my god. Like, you just feel the suspense in this scene.
Yeah. And my favorite thing is like it really works when you're a Spider-Man fan because throughout the jump scare of Hi Peter, but throughout the whole movie, like her name is Liz. Okay, so in your mind it's like Liz Allen. No, it's Liz Toombs.
Yeah,
never say her last name.
Yeah, I mean it could be Allen. Who knows? Maybe
I think it's Toombs. It's been confirmed.
Okay, which is fine. I don't care.
Yeah, no, it's a last name, and it works with the twist.
Yeah,
but I love that. Toombs, he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
like he's totally chill.
God, this whole because at this point that he's just being nice. Like he's just being a good father.
Yeah, I was about to say he's being a good dad,
and he's like not threatening Peter at all. He's just being like, well, he's being daddish and being a bit intimidating, but he's not like being like, if you touch my daughter, I'll fucking shoot you.
Yeah, he's not one of those dads who, like, when he hears the boyfriend's coming over, he's sitting in like his like recliner with polishing his shotgun.
Yeah, I love that. Everybody was like nervously laughing here.
Yeah,
like this whole scene going on. It was just nervous. Like it's partially funny, but also like just so fucking nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Like this is an exaggeration of the boyfriend meeting the dad.
Yeah. Also, Peter, like as soon as he hears that Toombs is going on, he's like, "Oh my god, he's on his way to be a villain."
Yeah.
And I'm going to a fucking party.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the biggest like moment of truth for Peter.
Yeah.
Someone did a video essay on why this scene works so fucking well.
It really does.
And how it's like both Toombs and Peter like playing mind games in this car. This scene is just so fucking well written and well directed.
It's great.
Like
this is my favorite scene of the movie.
Yeah. Like, and Liz is the one who like raises the suspicion and raises like
that line is enough to end up helping Tony Toombs put it together.
Yeah, like it's just dominoes knocking down.
Yeah, like Liz is. If Liz wasn't here, Toombs would not figure it out.
Yeah. God, this is just people do not give this whole thing enough credit. Just because. By the way, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this that he
that
he recognizes his voice, like, and then that decreases the suspicion.
Yeah,
but then
he's kind of trying to give him an out.
But then Liz is like, nope.
Yeah.
Now he's putting two and two together.
Yeah, like it feels like Toombs is kind of trying to give Peter an out at some points, where he's like, no, you're not Spider-Man.
The use of lighting here.
The lighting is so good. I had the biggest grin on my face at this point.
Yeah, and then when it turns green, when he realizes.
Yeah, like here, he's trying to give Peter an out. Like, you weren't Spider-Man, right?
Yeah. Then that's how he knows.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, you did, huh?
Yeah.
And the drum
right there. Oh God!
I had the biggest grin on my face at that moment.
Like the first 2 acts, I'm like, okay, this is a good Spider-Man movie. Like at this point, I'm like, this is a fucking great Spider-Man movie.
Exactly.
This is what I was missing for like the past 10 years.
My entire life.
Oh my God.
I love the super dramatic drums followed up by just random pop music.
Yeah. And at this point, you're just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
By the way, Michael Keaton is fucking amazing in this movie.
He is perfect.
We do not talk about that enough, but he's just phenomenal. Then he just pulls out his fucking Glock right.
But yeah, no, we haven't mentioned Michael Keaton's name like all movie, but he is phenomenal in this movie.
He is the perfect casting for Vulture.
He was, and it's just
this whole when I saw this scene in like the first trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this movie gonna be?
Yeah, and then you see it in the movie and it's like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. And this is so good.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? You did me a solid, I'll do you a solid. You saved my daughter, I'll let you live this once.
And don't interfere with my business.
Yeah, don't mess with me and I won't kill you. Like, I don't care if you still do Spider-Man stuff, just don't do it around me.
Yeah. God, this is just... And then he makes Peter say thank you.
Right.
Like, that's just the biggest fucking power move.
Like, that's... Oh
my God. Then...
God.
The fucking wink and just him going back. And then the fact that Peter, even after all that, he's just like, nope, I gotta stop him.
Yep.
Like he was intimidated, but not intimidated enough to be like, nope. Because he left his phone in the car.
Yeah, subconsciously, he's like, no, I'm gonna stop him. So it's like I feel like here he's still like, I want to do the party. I can't do it.
Yeah, like I love the fucking yeah. And MJ giving him the fucking finger.
Yeah, I love how the hat doesn't even go with the rest of Ned's suit.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, like this whole scene, and then like,
yeah, this is just great.
Peter's like, just like, okay, I'm going here to tell Liz I'm sorry, but I can't stay.
Yeah. Although I will say he says it in like the worst way he could possibly say it.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't deserve this. Like, you could have worded that better, buddy. Because you're making it sound like she doesn't deserve you.
Yeah. Like, this is the biggest. And again, MJ, no. This whole this is Spider-Man right here. Yeah. This is quintessential Spider-Man. And I love that in this whole third act, he uses his homemade suit.
Yep.
And Tomb's like planned for this.
Yeah,
too.
It's like in case the kid decides to, come after me, go stay by the school.
Yeah. The gauntlets are designed very well too, like the shock gauntlets.
Yeah, they look
the
cool.
one gauntlet. I mean,
yeah, it looks cool. I just wish it shot the